We're back. Tucson Police Department. Trying to check on our records. They promised us 2 years ago. Hello. Here, see records. Alrighty. Do the chief's office.
Even about both county charges? Same day. The moment they were gonna arrest me, I put
You can't film in here.
This is America, right?
Yeah.
How is this a secure area?
Made you go out this way.
How is this a secure area? Can you show me what's secure about it?
Anthony, you need to go. Come on.
So what if I have business? Do I have the right to, can I have my right to speak to the chief?
Not open to the public.
Can I speak to the chief? Can I speak to the chief? Can I speak to the chief?
he doesn't have an assistant in here? Can you tell me who your PIO is? How do I contact the PIO? How do I contact the PIO? Who's the PIO? Can you please identify yourself? Can I see your department issued ID? And have you ever been placed under investigation? Well, he just walked into me. So why can't I see the chief?
Let's go.
No.
Does the chief not make walk-in appointments?
Come on, let's go. You're in an area that's not open to the public.
So why isn't the chief's office open to the public?
Let's go look at this sign
Some
right
looks
over
like
here.
judge's chambers. You can't go to judge's chambers.
Why can't you go talk to a judge?
If you make an appointment, you can.
Do you think if I went to talk to
Anthony, let's
Judge
go.
Keegan,
We'll talk to
he
you after.
w-
Let's go. Come on. Come on, Anthony.
So why isn't the chief's office open to the public?
Let's go. Come on.
Why is the chief's office not open to the public?
Anthony, this is not an area that's open to the public.
Why?
Because law
Why is the
enforcement-
chief not
because
available to the
confidential law
public?
enforcement information is stored in here.
Really? I don't see any confidential information.
Anthony,
The government's public, right?
Anthony, let's go. Come on. Let's go.
So why isn't the chief public?
Anthony, let's go.
Why isn't the chief public?
You can make an appointment downstairs.
Is this a public agency?
This is a public agency.
All right, so why isn't the chief's a public?
Anthony, you're interfering with our operation of this
How?
building right now because you're blocking the doorway.
That's because what? He won't let me.
Anthony, come on. Come on, Anthony.
Stop playing games now. Come on. You know better.
Can you please not touch me?
No one has to touch you. You just have to go this way. This is the way
Marcus
out.
waiting for you over here.
Well, why do I gotta leave?
This area is not open to the public.
Why isn't the chief available to the public? Why is the chief not available to the public? So he doesn't accept walk-ins? Why not? So tell me, why is the chief not public? Why is the chief not public? Can you please identify yourself?
Sergeant Trainer, 28232.
Department issued ID?
Right here. Okay.
Yep. Nuh-uh. It was like 2 Fridays ago.
And did they generate a report? They generated a report? Let me see. Yes. Okay, is it gonna be by the end of the day? Because you said 2 days on Tuesday. So,
It's an open investigation, so it does take some time to get an offended detective.
so I'm gonna be getting reports that ain't even written yet right now.
They're fine, but we have to ask for the detective's permission before releasing it to the public, to make sure it doesn't interfere with the investigation.
Yeah,
As soon as they authorize that, then they get back to us.
okay. But I have a court date coming up, so I need this,
I understand, like I said, I can tell them that you have court coming up, but I can't let you know.
so you don't know when, so they said 2 days, 2 days ago, so what's the new estimated?
I don't know who said 2 days exactly. so
When I put it in, usually they went, you was here and you went back to get them right then. But then you went back and said there was too many of them, So you needed 2 days to get them all copied. Usually you say you do it right then, but there was
If
a,
they're closed, yes, we do, but this one is open. So I can go get
Yeah.
your request form and see exactly what, we're looking at.
Yeah. but everybody in here that's getting an open request, when the case is open, that's why they're getting it, because they need it for court. When they're
Right.
closed, if it was closed, I wouldn't need these reports.
No, I understand,
So-
and when they're open, they still go through the same process, it does take a couple of weeks, to be honest, and that's only for the reports,
Well, that's gonna be after my court date.
so I can't do anything about that, but let me go get your request form and see what's going on with it, okay?
Yeah. That's crazy if you can't get your reports before your court date. Then when you go into the arraignment, they want either not guilty or guilty. So if you can't make an informed plea, if you ain't got none of the information, they want you to make an uninformed plea at that time. So you can't get reports before that time, and that's even if you start well in advance. So that's the way the system tries to grind you down. They should, 2 days ago, they said it would take 2 days. And before they went back there, they was gonna get them right then. They was gonna print them out and give them to me. But since it's an open case, they wanna review and change what they say. So we gotta see the dates on these forms and see if they're altered. So, I mean, the reports are made on the same day of the incident, which was, what, 2.5, 3 weeks ago now. So that's where we're at. If you can't get them for another 2 weeks, then that's a miscarriage of justice and makes you go into court and not having an informed plea. So. Let me see the comments.
Stray dog enforcer commenting.
Yes, guys, so I'm gonna try to read some of the comments here. Okay. Oh, great. That's Straw Dog. Yes, come on down to Tucson. I'll audit with you. We have lots of tyrants here in Tucson to watch over. So. Oh, great. Oh, Bat's doing something live. I didn't know that. I would be watching him. But yeah, we're in court trying to get some records request. Oh, I'm holding the camera wrong. Oh, is that better?
You know what I always find interesting about like what they charge you?
So is that better? So the camera needs to be on the upside. Good, so that's better. What'd you say?
You know what I've always found interesting about the cost for our records here? Like, they want $5 per police report, right?
Yes.
But like the police report usually is made up between 1 and 4 pages, which the library actually, to print that out, it's gonna charge you 10 cents a paper. So that actually, like at the library, they charge 40 cents for it. Here they charge $5 for the same thing. I'm just wondering, like if you're just going on a computer, printing it out, why they charge more than 300 times more.
Yep.
Is there a Mr. Mark Brown?
Yes, me.
That's you, sir?
Yep.
Hi, I'm Sue Stahl. I'm
Yes.
the record superintendent. How are
Yeah,
you?
good.
Good. Okay, so you put in a request a couple of days ago,
Yeah.
correct?
Yep.
All right, your request is pretty big.
It's just a replace for on one incident at the city
Yeah,
court.
but you want the 911, the body worn camera,
Yeah.
NVR, all that.
Oh, yeah. They said that would take time, but they said the records, the paper records of all the police reports had already been made out. So I have court on the 3rd, and I need to make an informed plea. So I need at least all the paper records of
You
the,
have court on the 3rd.
Yes, 3rd of July. So yeah, I need just the paper records now. I'd like to have it all, you know, but
That's not going to happen.
the paper part should be just printing them out.
Well, it's not always that simple, in printing them out. This is an open case, Mr. Brown, and so the first step we have to take is contact the detective that's in charge of the case and ensure that there isn't anything, that he has concerns about the case. We do standard redactions with all cases that are open. And that standard redactions is based off ARS, where we remove victim personal information, witness personal information, stuff like that. But we also check in with the detective to ensure that there isn't anything else outstanding that he has concerns about us releasing. So that can take several days for that to come back to us before we can even begin the process. So it usually, with an open case, takes us about 2 weeks to be able to get just the paper process finished up.
Yeah, and that's gonna be after my court date, so I can't make an informed plea on the court date.
Do we have your phone number, Mr.
Yeah,
Brown?
it's on there, yep. But it sounds to me like they need time to edit out the things that I need. That's what it sounds like to me.
Are you the victim in the case?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so you're...
Well, they call me the defendant. They call me, but I'm the victim of the Tucson Police Department, and of course the Tucson City Court and this whole system built up against us.
So, based on the way the officer wrote the report, will be based on the way that I have to redact the report.
Yeah.
So if the officer listed you as the offender, victim information, other than the victim's name unless it's a juvenile, is going to be removed. And any witness information except their name is going to be removed.
Yeah, and that's one of the things, is the victims is the ones that actually perpetrated the incident that they're calling, so I need them in court. So if I can't get their information, it's really hard for me to subpoena them to show up at my court date when.
Well, you can, either through, I would recommend getting an attorney, but also talking to the court themselves. Public citizens can get a subpoena where the subpoena is very specific. And if the subpoena is specific in saying that you are to receive an unredacted copy of the report, we have to abide by that subpoena.
All right.
Okay? Otherwise, it's just a public records request,
So I need
and we have to follow ARS.
All right, so it's gonna take 2 weeks, and that's after my court date. Then, so when when I'm at the court date, will the prosecutor, will he have the information that?
He has that.
So he's gonna have that before me.
Is this a municipal case or a superior case?
It was in city court, and since there's a bunch of city employee witnesses, they moved it over to the 240 North Stone.
Okay.
The county court, I guess that's called.
Yeah, see, being the prosecutor, they can have access to it unredacted, and they get it directly, generally directly from a detective, or they can get it from us as well.
So that's a problem for me, of course.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I need to get it. I need to defend myself, so I need to have the same information.
While in court, you can let the judge know that you put in a public records request.
Yeah.
And that the public records request that you talk to superintendent, and the superintendent told you that based on, just the paper report in of itself, because it is a public request, not a subpoena.
Yes.
It's going to take us a couple of weeks to get there, and you.
So I can subpoena it now.
You can ask the judge, can I get a subpoena for it? Can I get a continuance? Can I get a copy of what the prosecutor has? I mean, I'm not an attorney. Please understand, I'm not advising you any legal status. I'm just saying, if I were in your shoes, I might those are some of the options I
Yeah,
might.
so getting a
look at.
subpoena will get me the unredacted form quicker if I get the judge to do that.
Yeah, if you can get the judge to do that,
Yes, all right.
absolutely.
Okay,
Because subpoenas have very short time limits on them for us.
all right, so I'll go over
Yeah,
and do
but
that.
the subpoena has to be very specific about unredacted.
Yes,
Because we are allowed to redact certain things in subpoenas as well.
all right,
Okay.
all right, I'll keep that in mind. Okay, thank you.
Okay,
So-
we're gonna continue working on this. I'm gonna see it, we'll track it to see if the detective involved is going to, it answers us more quickly. And if he does, we will make contact with you that we got the paper
All
at
right.
least.
And where do I get the cams at city court? So to get the information from them, that's not this record department, right? The cameras inside city court, not
Yeah,
the,
no.
not the officer worn cameras,
No,
but the cameras inside city court.
we don't have access to those.
That is over at the court, so I would have to go to room 201?
I have no idea. I've not been
Yeah.
over there, so I have no
But
idea.
that's the
what
place to
this-
get the,
I would assume that's the place you would have to go.
Yes.
And if not, they should be able to tell you how to access those particular cameras.
all right,
Okay?
all right, thank you.
Okay. Sorry I couldn't bring you better news coming out, but
All right,
this is the best I can do.
I'll deal with the judge when I see him on the
Yeah,
3rd, so.
yeah.
All
And
right,
if you explain it to him, he'll understand.
all righty,
Okay, thank
all
you.
right, thank you. Is Anthony outside or sitting with the chief? I said, is Anthony outside or is he sitting with the chief? Oh, he's still up there. He is. He must have been in the bathroom.
Years now and still haven't gotten anything. I put in all kinds of requests, but I've never actually had anything delivered.
Okay, like I said, I know she is working on it, but I can't go through her stuff.
For 4 years? Well, like 4 years ago, I was talking to Laura Ringer. Or is it Christy Ringer? It's Christy Ringer. You don't know who Christy Ringer is?
I know that the reports that you're waiting on that Laura's processing, her husband, he's working on them, but I don't know which ones he's done and which ones.
Because this goes like all the way back, not this chief, but the last chief.
Okay, but the chief isn't processing the request.
Right, it was the last chief. Yeah, it was the last chief.
Okay, like I said, do you wanna come in on Monday?
Because this is from, originally from when Villa Senor was in office. This was when Villa Senor was in office.
I'm gonna help out the next person in line, if you're gonna continue talking about it, okay?
Well,
Okay,
I'm not talking to Laura and I still haven't had anything delivered.
like I said.
And we've gone
he's
through
working
2
on it,
police
he's
chiefs.
working on your request. If you wanna come in on Monday when she's free, you can talk to her in person.
So who's here besides you that I could talk to about this ongoing issue?
My supervisor, hold on just a second.
Hello. Yeah, I've been dealing with this FOIA request since Villa Senor was in office. Magnus says he knows nothing about it. Laura Ringer originally dealt with it and then then did a handoff pass to, Laura. And then I guess Laura put her in charge of it. And I'm still being told, the person that passed me on to you and went to helping this customer.
So, Laura is still working on your request. Anything that you're, it's sitting on, anything that you're working on.
Right, but like, So how come she didn't help me on the days that she was here? Cause she's been how long with this request? Which is probably why it's taken years.
Because of how large it is, it takes time for us to process.
So like, do I get a retirement check if it goes over 10 years?
I don't know about the stuff that they have.
They want the
I
reports and they want me to.
don't know what happened with that request. All I know is that you got the request.
Right, but if I gotta come here year after year, is there like a pension that I get? So if I do nothing, I don't get a pension. But if you don't give me anything, you get a pension.
Sir, that's not true. But first, let's start with, we got your request, we are working on it, and it's not gonna take us years to do it, but we do. need
Because
more
it already has, right? Because it already took years, it's not gonna take more years.
Correct, it's not gonna take more years.
Because then you'll have to give me a pension for waiting around here doing nothing, kind of like everyone else is when they're not playing musical chairs or pass the football.
Okay, sir, is there something that I can help you with today?
Yeah.
Because I can't process your reports for you today because Laura is working on them. She's not here, so I don't have her to be able to talk with you. But there's nothing, unless you have additional reports that you need or something else.
Yeah,
that I
that's
can
the
do.
other thing I was talking to her about, that she said she couldn't help me with.
What other thing is that?
Unlawful arrest from 2 weeks ago on a Friday, Officer Ashley. It was for 11-36 2B4.
Okay, and you said that, Officer Ashley arrested you? on
Yeah,
this day?
for 11-36 2B4.
And what day was that again? I'm sorry.
It wasn't this last Friday, but the previous Friday.
So, the 9th? Or
Yeah.
the 8th? So you just want that one report, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, let me see what I can do for you, okay?
Tucson
We'll
delivers.
deliver everything you want for another half-cent sales tax.
Yay.
So stay tuned.
Taxpayer bargaining. Maybe they'll give you a report the same day. The other day when I was here, they went back to get all my reports, but it was too big. So really, they want to look through all the reports and edit out what they don't want us to see. That's what they're doing. So. So we need to go over to county and get a subpoena.
Yeah.
Then we'll get the unredacted reports. That's what we'll do. Yes, I do notice that that they want you to get an attorney, so that way you start putting money into the system.
Yeah, it's all about
And
taxing and then outsourcing, taxing, outsourcing, taxing, outsourcing.
Oh. Yep.
So this is what you're involved in. Do you wanna look over them and see if it, which ones you have over there, which ones you need?
Yep. That's what they do. And then but if it's only $5, then do I just pay that? No. If it's too much more, put it on my credit card.
Oh, did you hear about that case where they deported a vet because he got caught with weed?
Deported him to where?
Mexico.
Really?
Yeah.
Was just because he was Hispanic?
Because, well, I guess he in order to get citizenship, he like served in the military, so now because he was caught with some weed, they want to deport him.
Yep. So now they deported him where the weed's more easy to
Where
get
it's
over
a
there.
human right.
Yeah, there you
So
go.
like in Mexico, cannabis is a human right. In Canada, it's decriminalized. In California, it's recreational. In New Mexico, it's medical. In Colorado, it's recreational. In Vegas, it's recreational.
Yep. Yep. And what state was that they deported him from?
Texas.
Really?
Yeah.
Uh-oh, you guys in Texas better watch it. Don't be Hispanic with weed, or they will get rid of you. Even if you're a veteran, it doesn't matter.
But like if you, but like for $19.99 right now, you could get a pair of bracelets just for speaking loud in Spanish in Texas. Just ask Mexican Padilla.
They're asking if Jim Morrison's back. They're saying you look like Jim Morrison.
Yeah, I've been hiding out here in Tombstone, Arizona.
Yep. Jim Morrison would probably be about 70 years old now, I would imagine. They have a medical card in New Mexico. Great. And remember, your medical card in New Mexico works in Arizona to have our legal amount. You can't go to the dispensaries, but you could have 2.5 ounces. You could have 2.5 ounces of concentrate until yesterday, until the ruling came down where their concentrates are not the same as cannabis, and they're changing the rules on us. Did you hear that, Anthony? That happened yesterday. Yep, that happened yesterday. Tom Dean was given a big thing on it. The ruling came down and found against concentrates, edibles, everything. So now only flour is allowed. So we'll see how long the dispensaries take to get rid of all the concentrates.
So that sucks for like AIDS patients and cancer patients.
Yes, that sucks for everyone that needs edibles because they can't smoke. That sucks for everybody. Just flour is going to be allowed, which is nuts.
So, like, what about all the people who don't care for this?
Someone
smell?
says, I thought you was a long-haired Val Kilmer, and you got that before. Yeah, in the past they've called him Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer?
Yep. And what's the other one? Was it Brad? So
The dude. That's
The
the
dude.
other people tell me that I
he
look
looks like the dude. But yeah, the marijuana laws in Arizona lets you have our legal amount, which is pretty good. You can have 2.5 ounces. You just can't acquire it, but you can have it. So if you're here with and it can't be expired. One day expired, the next day it's no good. Bad news bears again. So we're just waiting for this one report. I think I'm going to kill this live stream, and if something happens interesting, I'll come back on. There you go.
Okay, that one is processed. Since it was just one I was able to process it, here it is for you, it's $65.
So, you know, at the library, something like this would cost 60 cents.
Well, unfortunately, we don't work in the library.
So, like, if all it takes is them having a computer, you guys having a computer, them having a printer, you having a printer, because it's more valuable.
Hello.
I'm not stating that it's more or less valuable, sir. I'm stating that
Hello.
our price is $5 per piece report. Okay. So is your friend paying?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me call you right back.
call you
Alright.
when the rest of the reports are in, okay?
All right.
Got it, yay.
We got it. Look at that, a whole paper with nothing on it.
Yep, that's what they charge you for.
Have a seat, sir. They'll come out.
Thank you.
Not certain who I just got this some information from the university.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Alrighty, guys, that's that.
From the sounds of that, it looks like University Police arrested another poor person.